PK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
A beautiful Tuesday afternoon out here at the Tucson Country Club. It is the Arizona Thunderbirds Intercollegiate. There'll be two of these events out here. The ladies up first. The men will play theirs coming up in March. The Wildcats finishing third at this event today behind Stanford and Baylor. We are joined by the second-year head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Giovana Maymon, joins us. Charlotte Back, who was the top individual today for the Arizona Wildcats. Ladies, appreciate you taking some time to join us. Great competition here to get the spring season off going. Giovana, just your thoughts on the 2 days out here and how well this event flowed for everybody that came to take part in it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having us here. It was a great week. The weather was unbelievable. The course, everybody did an amazing job. The crew out here, the supporters, the teams. It was a great event. So we're super happy. Score-wise, finished third. I think we left a lot out there for us, but it was still a great week. Very happy, and I think it's a great start. A lot of learned experiences for us to get better for the spring. So I think a lot of positive to take from this week, but very successful week. Very well event, and we're just very happy to be at home and be able to be home today at like 3 p.m. and not 10 p.m. so that's awesome for our kids.
Yeah, a lot of traveling. I mean, obviously this will be the only home event this year for the Arizona women's golf team. You go out to these events, you get back late. But Charlotte, this is obviously I think now the third year that you guys have been out here at Tucson Country Club. But what have you come to find that you love about this complex here, this course, and obviously the new complex that you guys have out here to train on the collegiate level?
I would say it's our second home here. I mean, we all are not from Tucson, so I'm guessing it's our third home even.
Yeah.
But especially the facility, I feel like we didn't have it my freshman year, so for the past 2 years where we actually had it, it's been amazing. Like it's been just there, and we could go in, take a break in between practice, or like take homework with us if we have a day off but want to practice. So that's been really helpful, and we just spent a lot of time here, and I think we can all see that in our scores too. Like we all developed a lot over the past few years for those who have been here for a couple of time. And then also like the members are very nice to us and they welcomed us, and we're thankful that we can be on the course and have our building and be right there next to them on the range.
Charlotte, what worked well for you out here over the course of these 2 days here?
I have to say the course played tougher than what we expected. It firmed up a lot. We told the superintendent, to firm it up a little, and he definitely did. No, but it's great. The course was in great condition, and my long game was solid, and that definitely helps on this course.
Okay, so for folks that maybe aren't in tune with golf vernacular, when you ask the grounds guy to firm it up, what does that mean?
To make the ground a little harder, so the ball wouldn't be just stop right away.
So it'll roll a little bit. Get a little bit of roll out there.
Yes.
Okay, so but it was a little bit more roll than you guys thought?
Yes, but I mean, to be
now, where does that affect most? Does that affect on the short game when you're hitting it into the green and maybe you get roll off to the other side or that kind of thing more so?
Yes, definitely. It's nice from the tee because you hit it longer, so no one complains about that. But it's around the green it gets harder because you have to really think about where to land your ball and where it will end up.
So, Giovana, how do you then prepare? Do you know right away we're dealing with a different, maybe a little bit more of a firm course than we've practiced on it, and how quickly can you help them make those adjustments?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it came to firmness, I think the speed of the greens were a little bit quicker. I wouldn't blame it on the course that we didn't perform the best. I think
definitely not.
It was more after playing 36 holes yesterday and 18 today, you adjust to it. I think it played great. I mean, I think Stanford taught us that it's gettable and it's there. So I think we put a really good test. I think everybody on the field told us the course is great. It really tests all your abilities, and having this home course, it's a great advantage. We tried to set it up in a way that it was an advantage for us. Some pins that we've seen before, we practice them. I think we didn't have our best this week, and that's okay too. It's early in the spring, and we just get better. We come back tomorrow and we turn the page and learn from this week and get better out there. But I think there's not a better way than seeing it at home and being like, okay, this is where I'm at. Where do I want to go from here? So we're just excited for what's to come.
Now, Giovana, you were not around for the Pac-12 era here at Arizona, but obviously many matches against Stanford over the years and a quality, great program there. I was just telling folks, I was there, I think it was like 3, 4, 5 years ago at Greyhawk when we beat them on the final playoff hole to steal that regional away from them. Charlotte, great to have that type of competition for tournament number one of the best teams in the country.
It's amazing. I mean, we all know Stanford has probably everyone in the top 10 in the world on their team. So playing with them and playing against them is always great. Just to see, okay, like, why are they so good and what can we do better to, be the number one at one point?
Giovana, have you, and I mentioned that we had a chance to interview Andrea. I don't know that I've ever seen a tournament where a player did not make the starting five and won the tournament by 4 shots. Is that unusual, or has that happened? Have you seen that happen
before? It
before?
actually, I think, happens a lot when your individuals play better. And I think Stanford head coach and me were talking about it. It's kind of like you remove a little bit of the pressure out of kind of just – there's like both. You remove a little bit of the team pressure, but you also want to perform well for yourself. I think they have a team that their 7, 8 players can be in the lineup, and they just have a lot of competition. And when you put that at home, some can have a good week, some don't, and that's what puts it. So, I mean, I think it happens. You obviously don't want that. They were able to get it done without her in some way, and that was great. But yeah, not that common for sure.
Charlotte, where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Germany.
Yes.
Okay, so I was asking kind of Andrea, just her decision-making process to come play in the United States. How did that work for you? Did you always think that that's what you would do, come play collegiately here in the U.S.?
Yes, I had a lot of friends that were older than me that went to college.
Okay.
So for me, I was like, it's the easiest way to combine golf and school and get a degree. Because if I would choose school in Germany, I would only have to go to school, and I couldn't play golf as high as I would play it here. So it was always the ideal for me to go to a college in the United States. And then I played a couple of good events my junior years back home or in Europe. And then I just started talking to coaches. Coaches started talking to me. I visited Arizona, fell in love, and I'm here.
Okay, obviously recruited by Laura Alanello and now making the transition under Giovanni. How are they different?
That's a good question. Yeah, I was recruited by Laura, and most likely, or more or less her assistant coach, Justin. At that time. He was the one talking to me, and they showed me a great Arizona my first year. I loved it. It was great. Never felt like I missed home. Like I found my second home here with them. But with Coach Giovana, I feel like just because there's an age gap, it just feels more like a family now. Because we're way closer with the coaches, but in a good way. Like, we still all have respect for them, but we can easier make jokes.
Charlotte back joining us. She was the top individual player, +3, I believe, 3 over
Yes.
for the tournament today. Giovana Maymon in her second year here. So, second year, Giovana, is it? How's this easier now for you versus year one?
I don't think it gets easier. And even hosting a home event, I think there's some good and bad about hosting. Like, you have a lot of pressure.
Did you have a home event?
No,
This is the first one
it's
for
the first
you.
year we actually host. First time for our kids playing a home event, and I think there's a lot to playing home. Like, it is your home course, but you're also having a lot of pressure to perform well. So I think there's a lot to it. But I mean, second year is great. I mean, you have a similar team that we have a lot of returners, but it's very different on a culture side, and you just have to adjust. We won conference last year, so there's a big expectation for us to defend, and that's something that we try to do pretty well as a team. We try to focus on the process and every tournament instead of trying to focus on the future and something that we cannot control. So I think that's what we're trying to. I feel like this year we've actually gotten a little better every single event. And last year we kind of started better and kind of declined a little bit. So every year is different and every year is full of surprises. And I think it's just a matter of learning and keeping the process. And it's all about the kids at the end of the day. So results matter, but it's not about everything. And it's more about the experience that we can give them.
How would you describe, Charlotte, the core principles of how she runs her program?
Taking care of us.
Mm.
Coach is like a mom for us. She like, I don't know how many times on the course she came to me. She's like, "Hey, how are you doing? Is everything okay?" And that's the daily business almost. Like she asks us, "Hey, what do you need today?" Which I think is a very important question because we all are different. We all play different golf, and it's important to recognize that and treat us that way.
Who are some of the people you follow, growing up and now, that you love to watch golf?
There are two German players actually. I grew up with them because they practice at my golf course.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're called Caroline Lampert and Moritz Lampert.
Okay.
And they actually stopped playing professional golf, but I grew up playing with them, and they kind of took me on. They just saw me on the range, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to practice with us?" And then they're a couple of years older than me, but we have a really close friendship now because of that. So I kind of always looked up to them because they were like, "Oh my God, they're professional golfers."
Giovana, just kind of obviously the other players on the team. Nana was good this week. Julia as well. What are you expecting from that group there? The veterans on your squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think they work hard. They lead our team. Julia, I think she didn't have the best day today, but she's been grinding and working harder than I've ever seen her. So I think she's going to have a great semester. Maybe today wasn't the best day, but she definitely has gone a long way from last year even. So our seniors are good. Maria had probably the best week that we've seen her since we've coached her, and finished with 3 birdies to give us a chance for second. So I have big hopes for them, but the biggest thing is how they lead our team. And they're great to have, great leaders that their body language and how they fight every day. I think it's the biggest for them.
Is Charlotte the captain, or who's the captain?
I would say so. Yes. She's even SAC president. So
wait, you're what president?
SAC.
You're president of the Student Athlete Athletic, the Academic Council.
Yeah, I am. Yes.
That's awesome. And you're headed to the Masters, to Augusta.
Yeah.
For the annual event there.
Yes,
I think it's continuing a trend. We've had a number of young ladies that have had a chance to play in that tournament. What most excites you about going to one of the greatest stages in golf?
Just being there. just walking over Augusta National and just being there and like having no expectations but to just be excited to be there and like take every second in as I can. I'll have our assistant coach on the bag, which I'm very excited for. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Have you ever been there?
No,
first time you've ever been there. Now, when do you go?
First week of April.
First week of April. Outstanding. And that's I think it's a qualifying event. It's a couple rounds you have to qualify, or how's that work again?
So you qualify over world rankings.
Okay.
So technically it's 30 from the 30 best from the U.S. and the 30 best international students from the world amateur ranking.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, Charlotte. Looking forward to you continuing that legacy here at the University of Arizona.
Thank you so much.
Players getting a chance to go play at Augusta National. Congratulations on a great week. Giovana, appreciate you dropping by as well. Continued success. You guys, I see you going down to the Hootie Invitational to play down in South Carolina. She probably doesn't even know who Hootie is. She's not old enough to know.
Darius Rucker. Yeah.
Darius Rucker.
Yeah, I know that
Hootie
name.
And the Blowfish.
Yeah, I know that name.
That it's going to be on the Golf Channel. Is that a pretty fun event?
Yeah, we have our next event is actually up in Arizona, in Peoria, Arizona, and then after that we'll go to South Carolina to Darius Rucker, and then Game Above Invitational in LA, which those 2 events will be on TV, so they can follow us along there.
There you go. Ladies, appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you
so much.